Hey, this is Father Van Leeshout. I just want to spend a couple minutes talking through via video how we're going to, our parish plan for starting up masses with 10 people. Now, I know some people are saying, so 10 people, how do you do mass with 10 people? Well, it's not business as usual. It's not back to normal Sunday masses. This is the very first step, and it's a small step, I get it, but it's an important step that we start trying to bring back some sense of normalcy. Keeping in mind, there are people who have been saying to themselves, look, every single day I've been able to go to the grocery store, I've been able to go to the gas station, I've been able to do a lot of these things that are normal and objectively a lot more dangerous than coming into a church, spreading out from everybody else, and having pews that are sterilized and so on. And so they're saying, I got to get back to Mass. That needs to be respected. Definitely needs to be respected. That's a beautiful and a holy attitude. On the other side, though, there are people who are saying, look, I've stayed sequestered this whole time. I've cut myself up. People have been doing the shopping for me, and so I don't feel safe coming out. And absolutely, that needs to be respected as well. So first things first, the Sunday Mass obligation, we remain dispensed from it. So it's not in place yet, the Sunday Mass obligation. In effect, what these 10 masses with 10 people are going to be, I should say, are just going to be your opportunity to come to Mass on a weekday, and we're going to try to cycle people through weekday Masses as efficiently, as fast as possible. So, Sunday Masses, here's the plan. I'm going to keep them not public yet during this first phase with 10 people. Even if I were to say the maximum number of Sunday Masses I possibly could, it would be just a fraction of our parishioners that could come anyway. So, let's for now, we're going to keep them not public, but I'm still going to live stream them. And this is what I'm hoping to do anyway. Hoping to have some of our First Communion students who can prepare for their First Holy Communion and be ready to receive individually. So like one First Communion that week, and the family can be there. And then another student the next week with their family, something like that. That would be my hope anyway. So I want to keep those reserved for First Communions, those Sunday Masses. But what that also means is that Monday through Saturday, I'll do as best I can. I'm going to say Mass 2 times a day, 2 daily Masses, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. and at noon. I wish I could do something more in the evening, but I've got confessions in the evening. I've got some classes that I teach. And so hopefully the 9 in the new spot, especially on Saturday, that could work for some people. It's something. And so if you want to be a part of that rotation through those weekday Masses and get a slot there, what I want you to do is put your name into a list, basically, and we in the parish office, we will schedule. We'll go about scheduling those family groups. Like, so if you're an individual, you can come, we'll schedule with others. Family group will take into account that all the members of your family and make it work so that it's no more than 10 people at the Mass, but you can still attend Mass with your family members, your group, and so on. So to register for that, to get your name on that list, click on the online form that we have, fill out the information that's there, and we'll take that all into account and we'll schedule you, okay? It's really important that if you can't do the online form, it's too confusing, call in on the number, the office cell phone number, and you can get your name on the list that way. For those who don't have internet access, we're trying to reach them as best we can, but you know some people probably in the pews who you think to yourself, they might really want to be a part of this, but yet I know that they don't have the access to this. They're not going to be able to do this. Let them know. Would you please let them know about this? Because we're trying to reach those people, but I know... I fear anyway, people are going to fall through the cracks, and I don't want people to feel left out. So if you can think of some of those people, extend the invitation. Don't force them. Don't put their name on the list without telling them. Just ask them, do you want to be a part of this? And explain the procedure to them. And then we'll put it up. So once we get those names in, starting this coming Monday, right? Monday, June 1st, that'll be when we'll start up these Masses. And so in the next few days, it's really important that we get these names in so that we can start scheduling these and start getting people through the rotation. Monday, June 1st. It's great. It's the day after Pentecost, and it's the feast, a new feast in the church's calendar called Mary, Mother of the Church. It just seems like something seems fitting. Like, look, we're getting back to some sense of normal. The first steps, I should say, of the sense of normalcy. And our Blessed Mother is going to be with us, Mary, Mother of the Church. So when you come, if you're scheduled, you're on the list, right? You've got your reservation, all the Masses are going to be at St. Felix. The reason for this is that's diocesan guidelines, that if there's multiple churches in a parish, You pick a centrally located one that you can keep set up for this mass. So I'm not trying to it's nothing against St. Dominic's or St. Francis by any means, right? It's just that St. Felix is in the center of the parish. I live right next to it, and it has the access to the internet there so that I can live stream from St. Felix. So all the mass are going to be at St. Felix for now during this first stage. And you come in the front door. The side door is going to be locked. Come in the front door. There'll be an usher there who will tell you, kind of point you to one of the seats. Families can sit together because you're living together anyway. But if you come as an individual, we'll spread out everybody. So each of these groups will be spread out throughout the church, and you'll sit there. Use hand sanitizer right when you come in. Wear masks. You got to wear masks throughout the entire mass, and we'll do Holy Mass with 10 people and all the angels that will be there, and. I will give Holy Communion to those who want, because some people might say to themselves, well, I'm not spiritually prepared. I'm not mentally prepared. I'm not, I'm nervous on a health basis. I totally understand that. So Mass will finish if you say, I'm done, I'm going to leave, you can leave right then. I will give Holy Communion after Mass to any who would like. Come up individually to receive. And that way I can purify my fingers in between communicants as needed. Again, if it's a family coming through, you're living together anyway, that's fine. But I'm going to make sure, I'm going to take extra precautions just to make people feel as safe as possible, right? That I'm going to finish Mass, wash my hands, and have the ability to purify my fingers and purify my hands, sanitize them for people coming through the communion line to receive our Lord in Holy Communion. It's really important that if your name is on the list, please show up, because those spots will be very coveted. Please don't take the chance you think, oh, I can't make this, I'll just switch with so-and-so. Like, no. Call the office and then let us do that work. Otherwise, it throws off our schedule. We get confused. Don't do that. So call into the office well in advance. Say, oh, I can't make this spot, and we'll try to work it out. But if you get this, if it's a matter of just kind of rearranging a little bit in your schedule, please do so, because it's going to be really hard to put the schedule together. So kind of try to be as accommodating as possible, but we understand your schedules as well. If you're not on the list, this sounds horrible to say, but if you're not on the list, I need you not to come. Again, just for this first stage where we're at these limits, and end up, if you come, you end up taking somebody else's spot, or the fight's going to break out. It's all about charity. We got to show some charity and patience, and we'll get through this. Okay, first step, baby steps here, but the Lord's is going to be praised in the midst of this, and our patience, our charity, and our love for Him above all things are going to help us get right back on the right track, and again bring some sense of normalcy here. So, hope that makes sense. After Mass, all the pews that people were sitting in are going to be wiped down. Anything that was touched, we'll wipe it down, sterilize it, and then get ready for the next Mass. So I hope that you feel safe coming. I want to make sure to tell you some of those steps in advance, and yeah, that's the plan. All right, I've got nothing more profound to say. So thank you so much. Again, as always, I really, really mean this. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the kind notes that you write in. Thank you for your continued contributions to our parish, keeping our parish financially sound. God bless you all. You're awesome. Thanks. Pray for one another. Ciao.